Guru Maharaj said, there was once a devotee who joined when he was very young, Krishna consciousness, Raghunandan Prabhu. And his family, he met Guru Maharaj when he was very young. He was one of the first devotees to join. In his family, there were 11. 7 girls and 4 boys. And he's the youngest. So think about that. 7 girls, 4 boys, and he's the youngest. So when Guru Maharaj heard about that, he said, oh, then you're dedicating your life to Krishna consciousness? He said, then your mother and father and grandmother and grandfather, how much benefit they're going to get. And then we could think, well, what is that benefit? Sometimes we hear things, liberated according to Kanistadikar, Madhyamadikar, Uttamadikar, whether it's 3 generations this way and that way, or 15 generations, or so many generations. Guru Maharaj put it this way at the time. He said, Krishna will reciprocate in his own coin. His own coin, I mean, like what he considers valuable. And we know this whole thing about liberation, and Krishna doesn't think liberation. He gives liberation when he's like distracted. Gives liberation when he's not looking. Gives liberation to losers. Like, give this guy liberation and see if he just like goes, Right? We hear, and I'm not just making this up. It's in the 5th canto, and echoed in Charitamritam. So he said he pays in his own coin. What is Krishna's coin? Prem. Krishna Prem. So Guru Maharaj said, by you being a dutiful son, daughter, you can't even conceive the benefit that's going to come to your relatives, your mother, your father, your brothers, and your grandmother, grandfather, etc. So, Mami partha bipasrita yepishu papayonio striyo vaisha tata shudras tepiyanti param gatim. Krishna says in the Gita, whatever your position is in the world, if you express even a minuscule, an atomic amount of appreciation for Krishna consciousness, Krishna his way of reciprocating is infinite. He doesn't know how to give a little. But if you give a little bit to Krishna, be prepared for infinite reciprocation. Krishna gives everything. So anybody who's come in connection with Krishna consciousness, dedicated even a little bit of their energy to the lotus feet of the service of Guru and Gauranga, how benefited they are. We can't even use that word. We can't even begin to conceive the type of reciprocation that is there. That's why Srila Guru Maharaj will repeatedly make this point that love, it's beauty over power, mercy over justice. The only way the tiny finite soul can connect with the infinite is through love. Love and affection. Love harmonizes everything. Right? I was on a train once in India. And, India is the land of arranged marriages, stuff like that. Right? Now, and I'll just touch on this subject. In the modern world, the whole thing is about equality, rights, the rights of the husband, the rights of the wife, the rights of the children. In America right now, children can divorce their parents. I mean, things are getting a little weird. But anyway, I'm back in India on the train. There's a wife, her husband, and their child. The wife looks like a Bollywood actress. She's like world-class beauty. But this is India, the land of arranged marriages. Her husband, and I'm not saying this as a criticism, but just as a statement, as a fact, was hideously ugly. Not just unattractive. Like acid had been thrown all over his face. Worse than the Phantom of the Opera. Hideous, like if you accidentally saw his face, you'd go, oh. That type of, I'm not talking about someone who's just not attractive. Not like that. Something had obviously happened. some kind of a chemical accident. So his face was melted, ugly, hideous. Right? His wife looks like a Bollywood actress. Right? And I saw, I was stunned because the little child, the baby, was like looking with this love and affection at her father. And the father's beaming love and affection toward the child. And the wife is beaming love and affection toward her husband and her child. And as if to say, they're saying like, we are so fortunate. We have this loving family situation. Aren't we fortunate people? Are there more fortunate people than us in the world? That was their mood. So, and I remind you, Guru Maharaj is saying, love can accommodate everything. It conceals whatever looks unsightly, what's a flaw, what's ugly, what is a behavior, and how do you say, what's the word for bad behavioral trait? Anyway, I can't speak properly right now. But, a character flaw, whatever. So he's saying, when the finite's trying to approach the infinite, how is that going to work? How is that even possible? He's saying, through love and affection. That's how the smallest can connect to the greatest. This is why he says, love, beauty over power. There's the greatest power in the world, the greatest force in the world is not power, but beauty, love, charm, and sweetness, which is personified in Krishna conception. That's beauty, love. We just spoke something of the beauty, love, and charm of Ramachandra, but somewhat constricted by the position of being a king and governing and all that. Whereas in Krishna conception, the full expression of love and sweetness is unleashed and expressed to the extreme. So that's why we're approaching Krishna. Oh, okay. Thank you. Rasoham apsukonteya. Mercy is above justice. That therein lies our hope, our prospect. We may be in a tiny, fallen, finite position, but as Gurudev once said, we know two things in the world. That we are fallen, like these are the things we know for sure. We're fallen, and Krishna is merciful to the fallen. So factoring that in, we have some hope. And, as we told him again, Krishna's devotees are more merciful in a sense, because they're bringing everyone in connection with Krishna. Hare Krishna.